Okay, this is a follow-up video to AVL that we sent out last night. Now remember in the video, I said I liked it over the 340 area, okay? This is the opening 5-minute candle from this morning. Now, this is the embarrassing part. I actually called this in chat. I broke one of my own cardinal rules and made a call early, okay? Normally, turn that off there. Normally, I have a rule that I won't trade in the first 15 or 20 minutes, and what I've been doing lately for the chat room is building a list of early, strong, and weak stocks that we can draw from to use some of our setups later in the day, which does a good thing. It keeps me out of trouble because I'm busy building my list as the morning unfolds, and it keeps me from calling anything. But I liked AVL's daily chart so much that I broke one of my own rules and called this early, okay? The high of this early 5-minute candle was 338. Now, the only reason I called it, I can't justify it really because I shouldn't have, but the fact that it sold off early, you know I love the daily chart, and then in 5 minutes was selling off. The fact that it turned around and took out its early high, before it did that, I said, hey, if this breaks its early high, in other words, 339, if it gets to 339, more than likely we're going to get a breakout of that range that I showed you in the chart yesterday. So I called it at 339 with a 330 stop. So 9 cents risk, look what happens. Okay, there it triggers, goes to 340, very nice volume. And then 5-10 minutes later, I'm stopped out. So start of the day, breaking one of my rules and getting stopped out. Again, only 9 cents, and you can see where I made that up tenfold here on Broadcom. The very second call of the day was Broadcom, BRCM, and called this, let me get this right, 36.27 entry, and the worst case stop 33 cents below that. So right about, let's try that again. Right about, let me get my arrow going here. Right about there, as it broke above this little tight base here. I liked the early strength. Okay, you had this little tight base, called it right there, and a worst case stop, I think right down here, 33 cents below. Okay, we got to move nicely up. I sold some before it broke the high of the day, just in case it wouldn't get through the high of the day. Sold some more right below 37, in case it couldn't get through 37. And here's the part that I'm super proud of. My last sell on Broadcom was at 37.67 that I announced to the chat room, which was, let's get an arrow going here. The high of the day was 37.68. So I literally sold the rest a penny from the high of the day. Super proud of that because it makes me look like a genius. And I'd love to be able to say I always call within a penny of the high of the day for my sell, but I don't. It did make sense though. Something I teach our members. Let's switch to 2-minute candles here and zoom in a little bit. Now you see it's grinding up all day, right? Something I teach our members is when you get a volume push, let me get a drawing tool going one more time. Little trading tip here. When you're already in something that's grinding up nicely, kind of loosely connect the bottoms of these candles here. It's grinding up nicely, and then you get that shape change where really it's starting to accelerate on bigger volume, rather than looking at the chart or getting a calculator and thinking how rich you're going to be. Okay, whenever you see that and you're already in it from way back here, that's when I'm a seller. I love selling into strength. A lot of people really can't get a handle on it, and you didn't have to in Broadcom because it meandered for a while, right? A lot of people probably got stopped out maybe on this pullback or something like that, and it gave you a basically a double top, so another chance to sell up there. But there's something really rewarding about selling into strength rather than waiting and getting stopped out, trail stopping using candles or something. Although you might not, it might still run for quite a while. And I said that when I sold the last bit. I said Broadcom could still run, but I love selling into strength and really almost picked the top clean. I think I made $1.40 a share on that last sell. And again, the 33 cents risk is really kind of deceiving because once we called it here, it never really looked back. Never really put us in danger of getting stopped out. So what else? HUM, we got an early 20-cent move in that. I can't remember the exact call in HUN, but it was somewhere right about here, maybe 340 something, and it went up to I think it was 344, and it went to 364 over the next 30 minutes. Plenty of time to put some money in our pocket. MCP late in the day on this push down, I called it, I can't remember, 29.95 90, and it jumped back up over to 30.05, right? And I got what I call sandwich money on that bounce. Had a couple stocks that didn't work. I called HDY, and it ended up closing strong, but I called HDY when it looked like this. It's a beaten up stock. These are 5-minute candles. I called it a 261, I think, with a 255 stop. It triggered there. I was looking for it to get, here's the early high. I was looking for it to get through the high of the day and maybe get some momentum because it's so beaten up. Whenever you have a beaten up stock with a daily like this and then it starts printing new highs for the day in the afternoon, oftentimes you can get some short covering. It didn't happen here. 261, it only went to 263. Again, my stop was very tight, and I actually killed it for a 3 or 4 cent loss once I realized it wasn't going to break the high of the day. And actually, we initiated a swing in this today at 258 in the afternoon. Now, when I do swing trades, I scale in, so I've got a very small portion of HDY at 268. I was actually hoping to build a position, maybe if it comes down and tests this area, to build a bigger position. So, but it closed strong, so maybe it's up from here, and then I'll have to find a way to average up in that swing. That's about it. I also tried a dumb trade, I guess, CLNE at 1558, right about here, and it only went to 1565. It gave us 20 minutes to kill it flat once we realized it wasn't going to go. I actually took the stop out in this one, which was down here, a little more than a dime. I think it was around a dime. I took the stop out because I was trying to give this one a chance to break this base. I thought it could get through the high of the day. Really good news on this stock today. It's been climbing, and today gapped up. And if it could have broken that 65 area, I thought we'd end up with a nice green close. Certainly a nice volume and one to watch going forward. So I did have a couple small stop outs, but a really nice day overall. And I'm not going to babble any further. We'll talk to you guys later.